Speaking about Easter decorating, one of the most powerful yet often underestimated pieces is the wreath. And I want you to really picture this with me for a moment, because an Easter wreath is not just decoration. It's the very first impression of your home during the season. It's the detail that quietly tells everyone who walks by or steps in, spring is here, and this space is alive, fresh, and welcoming. What makes Easter wreaths so important is their ability to transform an entrance instantly. Before anyone sees your living room, your kitchen, or your carefully styled table, they see your door. And that simple circular design has a psychological impact. It symbolizes renewal, continuity, and life, which perfectly aligns with the spirit of Easter. So right away, you're not just decorating, you're setting a tone, creating an atmosphere, and telling a seasonal story without saying a word. One of the biggest advantages of Easter wreaths is their versatility. You can go soft and elegant, rustic and natural, colorful and playful, or even minimalist and modern. There's no single rule, and that's exactly what makes them so powerful. If your style leans toward delicate aesthetics, you might choose pastel flowers like tulips, peonies, or hydrangeas arranged in a light, airy way. This creates a calm and sophisticated look that feels fresh and refined. On the other hand, if you want something more cheerful and eye-catching, you can incorporate bright colors, Easter eggs, ribbons, and even small bunny accents that immediately bring joy and energy. Another major benefit is how easy it is to refresh your entire home aesthetic with just this one piece. You don't need to redecorate everything to feel the seasonal change. A well-designed wreath can act as a visual anchor, inspiring the rest of your decor. Once it's in place, you'll naturally start aligning other elements, maybe adding matching tones in your table centerpieces, cushions, or even kitchen decor. It creates cohesion effortlessly. Now let's talk about materials, because this is where creativity really comes alive. One of the most beautiful approaches is using natural elements. Think of grapevine bases, eucalyptus branches, dried flowers, or even small twigs. These materials bring texture and authenticity, making your wreath feel organic and connected to nature. And during spring, that connection is everything. It reflects growth, freshness, and renewal. But you're not limited to natural looks. If you prefer something more polished or modern, you can use artificial flowers with high-quality finishes. These not only last longer, but also allow you to reuse your wreath year after year. That's another key advantage. Easter wreaths can be both beautiful and practical. You invest once, and with proper storage, you can enjoy them season after season. Let me give you a simple but powerful idea. Imagine a wreath with a soft greenery base, layered with white and blush flowers, and finished with a subtle ribbon hanging loosely at the bottom. It's elegant, it's timeless, and it doesn't overwhelm the space. Now compare that with a more playful version: bright yellow flowers, colorful eggs, and maybe a small bunny figure tucked into the design. Both are beautiful, but they create completely different moods. And that's the magic. You can design based on the feeling you want your home to express. Another thing that makes Easter wreaths so valuable is how they help you celebrate the season in a meaningful way. Easter is about renewal, hope, and new beginnings. When you decorate with intention, even something as simple as a wreath becomes symbolic. It reminds you and your guests of the beauty of change, of starting fresh, of welcoming light and color back into your life after the colder, darker months. Now, if you're thinking about creating your own wreath, here's some advice that can really make a difference. First, don't overcrowd it. One of the most common mistakes is adding too many elements. Instead, focus on balance. Let some parts breathe. Negative space is just as important as decoration. It allows the eye to rest and appreciate the details. Second, choose a clear color palette. This keeps your wreath looking cohesive and intentional. You can go with soft pastels for a classic Easter feel, or even choose a monochromatic look like all whites and greens for something more modern. Limiting your colors doesn't restrict creativity. It actually enhances it. Third, think about scale and proportion. If your door is large, your wreath should be slightly bigger to match. A small wreath on a large door can feel lost, while an oversized one on a small door can feel overwhelming. Getting this balance right makes your decor feel more professional and visually pleasing. And here's something many people overlook: placement matters. While the front door is the most popular spot, you can also use Easter wreaths inside your home. Hang one above a fireplace, on a mirror, or even on a wall as part of a gallery arrangement. You can place smaller wreaths on cabinet doors or windows for a subtle decorative touch. This spreads the Easter feeling throughout your home instead of limiting it to one area. If you want to elevate your wreath even more, consider adding layers. For example, start with a base, then add greenery, then flowers, and finally small decorative accents like eggs or ribbons. This layering technique creates depth and makes your wreath look more dynamic and interesting. And don't be afraid to personalize it. Maybe you add your family's initial, or a small sign with a welcoming message. These little details make your wreath unique and meaningful, turning it from a decoration into something that reflects your personality and your home. And once you start seeing your Easter wreath not just as a decoration but as a centerpiece of your seasonal style, you begin to unlock even more possibilities that can truly elevate your home in a way that feels intentional and beautifully curated. Think about how a wreath can actually guide your entire decorating process. Instead of randomly adding pieces around your home, you can use your wreath as the starting point. If your wreath features soft lavender tones, greenery, and delicate white flowers, you can echo those same colors in your dining table setup, maybe through napkins, floral arrangements, or even candles. This creates harmony, and that harmony is what makes a home feel professionally styled rather than just decorated. Another powerful benefit of Easter wreaths is how they help create emotional warmth. There's something incredibly inviting about walking into a space that feels thoughtfully prepared for a season. It shows care, attention, and a desire to celebrate small moments. Whether you live alone or with family, these visual cues have an impact on your mood. They can make everyday routines feel a little more special, a little more joyful. Now let's explore more creative ideas, because this is where you can really stand out, especially if you're creating content for an audience. One idea that works beautifully is incorporating unexpected textures. Instead of only flowers, you can add elements like feathers, soft fabrics, or even small woven details. These textures catch the light differently and add a tactile richness that makes your wreath feel more luxurious and unique. You can also play with asymmetry, which is a big trend in modern decorating. Instead of decorating the entire wreath evenly, concentrate your design on one side, letting the other side remain more minimal. This creates a more artistic and contemporary look, perfect if you want something that feels fresh and different from traditional styles. Lighting is another detail that can completely transform your wreath. Adding subtle fairy lights, especially warm white ones, can make your wreath glow softly in the evening. Imagine your front door at sunset with a gently illuminated wreath. It instantly creates a cozy and magical atmosphere that people will notice even from a distance. And if you really want to elevate things, consider creating themed wreaths. For example, you could design one inspired by a garden, full of greenery, tiny flowers, and maybe even small decorative insects like butterflies. Or a more farmhouse-inspired wreath using neutral tones, burlap ribbons, and simple floral arrangements. Or even a more playful, kid-friendly wreath filled with bright colors, eggs, and whimsical elements. Each theme tells a different story, and that storytelling aspect is incredibly engaging, especially for a YouTube audience. Let's also talk about practicality, because decorating should not feel stressful or overwhelming. One of the smartest approaches is to create a base wreath that you can adapt. For example, keep a neutral greenery base and simply swap out accents depending on the season. For Easter, you add eggs, pastel flowers, and ribbons. Later, you can transition it into summer by replacing those elements with brighter florals or even citrus accents. This saves time, money, and storage space while still keeping your decor fresh. Another tip that can make a huge difference is focusing on quality over quantity. You don't need dozens of elements to create a stunning wreath. Sometimes a few well-chosen, high-quality pieces will look far more elegant than a wreath overloaded with decorations. This is especially important if you're aiming for a more sophisticated or modern look. At the end of the day, Easter wreaths are more than just a seasonal accessory. They're a simple yet powerful way to bring life, color, and meaning into your space. They welcome guests, inspire creativity, and set the tone for everything else you decorate. So as you think about your Easter decor this year, don't underestimate the impact of that one circular piece on your door or wall. It has the power to transform not just your home's appearance, but the entire feeling of the space. And when done right, it becomes something that people notice, remember, and feel the moment they see it.